Okay, so there's a process, and I've set everything up until now in the layest terms I can think of, in the simplest way that I could. I set everything up until now in the simplest way that I could explain them without causing confusion, hopefully. But there is a process that we use this information. See, if we start off a project and we come from a place of fiery passion and we use facts and we put them into action, we get a result that creates knowledge. This knowledge then comes into wisdom. Wisdom is our experience of knowing, confirming what is true. And once we know what is true, we can always call on those facts whenever we need to use them. We can always pull on any of those tools. The more tools we find, the more knowledgeable we become. The more knowledgeable we become, we can screw everything up. Everything can be completely removed from ourselves, and we can all of a sudden start all over from scratch with all this wealth of information, even though we just totally lost everything, and we can be that much stronger and start over and just barrel right back to where we need to go. That's why you have people who became billionaires, lost everything, and they can get right back up and they're right back on the races. As opposed to people who win the lottery, they get a wealth of money coming in, but they always seem to lose it. And they're broke in no time. And what do they have? They lose everything, and they're back to just being miserable. That's why money does not give you happiness. No matter how much you think money is going to help you. Money is a lie, it's an illusion, it's there to keep you in prison. Money is a lie. Money will come when you need it for what you need to do. That is the only time money will come to you. If your purpose is something to produce something that gives value to society, society will reward you for your work and efforts, either through people wanting to take care of you, through gifts or donations, or through sales, or just give you knowledge. Nobody wants to help somebody who isn't helping themselves. That is just a fact. If you see somebody that's just side of the road or sitting in their car and there's a flat tire, nobody's going to stop and help that person. But if somebody is getting out of the car and they're pulling at the thing and they're staring at the tire, somebody's going to come along and be like, that person's struggling with that challenge, I'm going to help them solve the problem. And you hear stories about that all the time. It's just naturally what happens. We are helpful individuals. We want to help those who want to help themselves. We do not like people who don't want to help themselves. Why bother helping somebody and doing work for somebody else? So many times people came up to me, friends, they see me doing well, and they want me to teach them what to do, and I start showing them what to do, but they're like, yeah, but can you do it for me? No, I'm not going to do it for you. I absolutely am not going to do it for you. I will spell out what I'm doing, what my steps are. If you don't want to do it, that's on you. I don't have the time to help you do that. That is you. I will give you the knowledge I have. I will even support you while you're doing it if you come to me with questions, but I will not do the work for you. That is just not what any of us want to do for anybody else. We only help those who help themselves. And the world, God, will help you for helping yourself, for helping other people. It's very important. The other thing, so when we go through, we have knowledge, which is using a scientific process to create the facts, and then we come up with wisdom, which is using those facts in action, and what we know we do, that's wisdom. And then we create order. Order is how we create smooth sailing. Because life is rocky. Life is this. We know it. It's always going to be that way. But the only way to make things anchored, to get through the storm is to focus on all the facts. Everything can be incredibly difficult all around us. It seems like we'll never get through it, but as long as we focus on the facts, we will see the orderly path to take to the vision that we need to get. We can have people hating us. We can have surmountable problems constantly popping up. But as long as we focus on the facts, we will get an orderly path to follow through the end. The other path, and we can only start from the beginning with love in our heart through facts. The other column that we can do is what most people do. They start off afraid. They have fear, doubt, worry. Everything that you feel about starting a new process, I felt starting a new process. We are not different. No different between you and I. And every time I have to convince myself that I'm doing something for a certain way, and it makes an orderly fashion. But if you don't, and you just go in fear, what happens is we get so afraid, and then our mind, we can't think straight. We get confused. We don't know what to do. Everything's just a mess. And then what is the result of our minds being all confused? It's chaos. The storm is raging. We don't know what to do. We're struggling to hang on. We're looking for somebody else to help us. Everything is crazy. It's a mess. My God, somebody come along and fix this mess. Please, we need it now. No. That's by design. That's the prison. That is the evil people using the system against us. And I'll explain how this works through September 11th. September 11th is a fantastic example. If you're young, I'm sorry, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, but I hope I can explain it good enough. And if you're old, you'll definitely understand what I'm saying, because that day is emblazoned in all of our minds. And I'm going to break down the facts of what happened that day. The towers got struck. Huge fiery ball. We all know the images. We've seen them. Society in the whole, just like in a crowded room that everybody was happy, everybody just knew everything was going to change. It was bad. We didn't know anything. We were scared. We were confused. We put on the news. What did the news do? The news played the same images over and over and over again. And all we wanted to do was have new information to try to understand what was going on. And the whole time, for 3 days, every news station refused to even airplay commercials. Commercials are based, the value of commercials are based on the amount of eyeballs. The entire world was watching all of the major news networks, and none of them played a commercial. Not one. All it was the towers falling, putting in that fear. It drove fear into our hearts, into our heads. It got us confused. It confused everyone. What happened after that happened? Everybody wanted blame. There was hate. Somebody needed to be blamed. Somebody's falling. It's these people. It's that people. It's this reason. It's that reason. Everybody's determined to know what happened because we need to kick somebody's butt. It's got to happen. What did Congress do? Congress was pushing through the Patriot Act. We need this Patriot Act. It's the only thing that's going to save us. In Congress, these congressmen were on the news and they were talking about, if we don't pass this, we're not allowed to look at it, but we're told if we don't pass this bill, there's going to be martial law in the streets. And I can't have martial law in the streets. Everybody's already afraid. I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to vote this bill through. And that's what happened. And we lost our rights. Though everything that Q and POTUS is using right now to take down the deep state is because of that Patriot Act, that fear that controlled it. That was the deep state's biggest mistake. They tried to remove our freedoms by monitoring our lives. And that hiccup, that catch-all surveillance state that they created, that prison, that surveillance prison to monitor everybody that they use. That is what's catching them now. But all of that happened from September 11th because everybody was afraid. That is how the system is used against us. And that is how the system was used to scare the crap out of me. I'm in a home by myself with no gun because I'm a felony, and I was terrified. I have no way to protect me. Look at me. What am I going to do? And yeah, it wrecked my world, and I went through those same things. Fear, confusion, chaos completely wrecked me, and my heart is a little less sore today because it's filled with love again. Because I was able to go, whoa, I'm not going to pick evil. I'm on the side of good, and I have to believe in God. God is the only thing. And I was able to right myself. But if I wasn't in the knowledge of what this system is, I never would have recognized what was happening to me. Because in the moment, I couldn't see it. I just was confused. I couldn't see straight. I didn't know. I couldn't see truth. All I knew was the facts of the situation was, how can I protect myself? And how I was desperate for help. I wanted to look around for somebody to come along and save me because I didn't know how to save myself. Only I forgot the system that I'm teaching you now.